So in this video I want to prove our conic section, the circle, and I think the circle is the easiest one to prove. Now we define the circle as being a set of all points x, y that are equal distance from its center. So for simplicity's sake we'll say the center of our circle is there at the origin, the point 0, 0. And we define a circle as the set of all points equal distance from that. So at any point on the graph, and I'll call my arbitrary point xy, at any xy on the graph, I want my point to be the same distance from the center. Well, if that's the case, let's draw a line from the center to an arbitrary point. Then let's just drop a line down to the x-axis and we create a right angle triangle. Well, I ask, what is the x distance from the origin out to the end of this triangle? Well, that's going to be x distance because we're, x coordinate away from center with our point. Well, what is the height from the x-axis up to the top at this point? Well, obviously that's going to be y distance. Now we say that the length from the center to the outside of the circle is the radius r. Well, the Pythagorean theorem tells us, since that's a right angle triangle, that our equation for the circle is going to be x squared plus y squared is equal to r squared. And that will work because if we go in a different quadrant, say we take our point xy as being here in the third quadrant, we draw a line to make our right angle triangle like that. Well, then we've gone negative distance. Well, you can't go negative distance, but we've gone a distance in the negative direction. So we're x distance out here, and you could think of this as being negative x if you want to, since you're going that way, but since it's just an arbitrary x, it won't matter. Likewise, we've gone y distance down. The reason it doesn't matter is because we're going to square both sides, that being r again. Whether it's positive or negative, we're going to have x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. So we can go in any direction and still get that basic form. Likewise, if we go straight up or straight down, say we go from the center straight up our y-axis, well, that means we've gone x distance hasn't changed, but our y distance, we've gone y units up to get to a point 0y. Well, we've also gone r distance up. So with this form, x squared plus y squared equals r squared, if we're going to that point, that works because y equals r. When our change in x is 0, we ignore that. If y equals r, y squared equals r squared. So we can define the circle as a conic section where it's a set of points equal distance from its center, and its basic form or equation is going to be x squared plus y squared equals r squared.